dias, welcome back to GCTV. You already know, we're back at it like two tortas and a pinto. Looking for a snack habit, buy up, buy up, buy up. In the drop, ba-da-ba-ba-ba. And the menudo's done in direct fashion. You guys see the thumbnail, so you guys already know what it is, man. We're gonna get into something a little bit different today. Flower time. It's time to hand out flowers. I felt that if for no other reason, I should do this, man. This guy's name's been hitting the internet a little bit. People have a lot of different things to say pertaining to this individual. And I want to give it to you real because I know the real deal. Or at least this is my perception of the real deal. This is my perspective on it, my 2 cents. And we'll just take it from there. So trip out on this. So Goldtoes, man. The innovator and the pioneer of this Chicano shit, man. Bringing brown people together, black and brown people together, you know. This man started from humble beginnings in the Bay Area and decided that if for no other reason, he should give the brown people a voice, open up doors for the gente. Now, there's been a lot of rocky road along the way. There's been a lot of people that do that he say, she said, that don't know about putting paint where it ain't, that don't know about being an innovator of the game. You know, he's the one and only that I see right now that we have that's actually pioneering this shit, that's actually bringing North and South music artists together, that's actually opening doors for this younger era, man, to make noise, to have a platform to perform on. You know, there's not many that could do that. You know, from humble beginnings of Black and Brown, when Black and Brown started, I remember it took fire in the Bay Area. It was something that all of us aspired, you know, those of us that believed in unity and those of us that believed in a movement, you know, that was the one. That was the one. Now, of course, it didn't affect prison. It didn't affect street gangs. You know, they're pretty much set in stone and going to do what they does, and there ain't really nothing that could dictate that but those that count. But at the same time, music plays a heavy influence into the youngsters. Music is what a lot of these youngsters model their game after, model their street gangs after. The hip hop influence is very relevant and it's real. There's no denying that. Especially in places like Sacramento, the Bay Area, the Central Valley of California, of course, even down south, where the hip hop community plays a big part in this gang shit. It's just what it is. You know, for those that try to deny that fact and that try to separate, you know, the streets from music, it's pretty much, there's no line anymore. It's pretty much blurred. And it's been blurred ever since Biggie and Pac. And, you know, it got to where it was in the booth and then it was the truth. It got to where it went from the booth to some street shit. And there's a whole bunch of conspiracy theories on how that panned out and how that played out. But there was a West Coast, East Coast rivalry for many times. And a lot of people were rocking. You know, I was rocking with that dub and that's just the way it was. But people like Goldtoes, man, don't get their flowers enough. You know, people don't understand what type of balls it takes and what type of accolades this man has achieved in the game. You know, for someone to be able to wiggle down to the Los Angeles area, to be going to these podcasts, to be spreading the good word, not to aggravate or instigate. You know, I watched something just yesterday on YouTube where this youngster was like, hey, it looks like Goldtoes is trying to aggravate the game or trying to instigate drama between Northern and Southern artists or just amongst Southern artists, period. That's furthest from the truth, Holmes. That's never been the case. You know, if people know this guy like I see him, you know, people would understand that this Vaulto's never played that. This Vaulto's always been about black and brown unity. This Vaulto's always been about brown and brown unity first and foremost. You know, there's been a lot of us behind the scenes that have always wondered what type of bang and what type of noise we can make in any industry if North and South came together. Now, I'm not talking about gangs and I'm not talking about prison. That's going to do what it does because on power, that's going to continue to play itself out the way it plays itself out. I'm talking about musically. I'm talking about on some business shit. I'm talking about getting the bag together as a gente, as a people. There's a lot of people that base what their movement is on and what they're doing based on philosophies of gangs, based on, you know, oh, we can't fuck with them cats because they're from the other side, or we can't mess with them cats because they're from up north or they're from down south, man. And who says that you can't? Who says that as a businessman, you can't make noise and make moves? That's why Vatos out of Texas, like Mexican OT, continues to bubble and blow up. Not only is he very talented and he's putting on for the raza, but at the same time, that individual doesn't confine himself to a box. That Vato is cool with everyone. Well, that's the same way Goldtoes is. That's the same way that this Vato has always been, where he continues to paint that narrative, man, of unity, of putting this hip hop shit together, of making noise so that way we can have a breath of fresh air in the industry. There's no one else doing it. You have to have pioneers in the game like Master P did for New Orleans and Baby did for New Orleans. And then, of course, you have people like, Jay Prince, who did it for the Texas industry as far as the brothers, man. And, of course, you have Vatos on the East Coast that did it, like LL, Big Daddy Kane, Rakim. And these individuals set that foundation and put it out there so that way people can make noise out there. You have to open up doors. There has to be someone to take the initiative and to be a strong, not a weak-minded individual, but a strong-minded individual that sees the bigger picture. Goldtoes is that one. Lately he's went on a couple podcasts, and there was a whole lot of noise that was being made because of this SPM. And I want to clear some shit up right now. Let's clear some shit when it comes to SPM. At the end of the day, regardless if this Vato was guilty or this Vato was innocent of his case, that's for him to put out there. People shouldn't be asked questions to speak for another man. People shouldn't be judged based on relationships they've had in the past with this individual, whether it be Goldtoes, Mr. Capone, Mr. Criminal, any of these guys, man. If they had willings and dealings prior to this Vato being, convicted of this heinous crime, hey, to each their own, man. That's cool. Vatos were trying to fucking do this. That just shows you that for decades and decades. How long has SPM been locked up for? 40 fucking years? These Vatos have been in the game. That's Sasuke, fuck. How old are you guys, eh? These guys have been doing this shit for a long time, making a lot of noise. People like Goldtoes continue that. What the difference is now is he's finally, after so many years of struggle, able to encompass a fucking, a mindset to bring in Southern artists, young Southern artists that are thirsty for that fucking clout, man, that are thirsty for that fame, that are thirsty for that shine, but deserve it. Not Vatos that are just thirsty for something. I can't rap, but fuck it, eh, homes. I got the look. Nah, these Vatos definitely deserve a platform, and this Vato's providing it for them. It's been provided for Northern California rappers for a long time. Now, I know a lot of people will say, well, this Vato ain't shit. This Vato ain't fucking doing nothing for the gente. What is this Vato doing? You got to truly look at a person and what he's been doing and his accolades for many, many years, decades now, man. This shit ain't nothing new. People are just starting to hear the name Toes, man, and they're starting to think about, well, who is this guy? This is a Mexican pioneer. This is something we've always needed, but it's always been there, but no one recognized and noticed. Well, I noticed. People that like to stir the pot and say that this individual Goldtoes is starting drama or starting bullshit, them are haters, straight up, period. It's nothing but hatred when it comes to their bones, homes, because any fucking person with common sense can see that this Vato doesn't speak it not without thinking about what he's going to say. He speaks highly of a lot of Southern California artists. He speaks highly of Southern California in general. When he gives props to people, he always makes sure that he mentions LA. A lot of people don't understand that this Vato has a heavy presence and a big family in the LA area. So obviously doors have been open for this Vato to make a lot of moves. Obviously, he's been applying pressure, out there in the industry to open up doors for people to make things happen. People don't see it. I remember when the black and brown thing started, I thought it wasn't going to work out. I come from an era and I come from a time of guerra, war. When everybody was beefing just to beef. Everybody was waiting for any fucking reason or looking for any type of discrepancy in another motherfucker's game just to cause or stir up, conflict. And there was heavy conflict. There was heavy things going on. Now, as far as the Bay Area goes, it's a different type of atmosphere. So there never really was a black and brown discrepancies. There never really was drama. It was in pockets, and I'm sure it happens in a lot of different places. I know in the Valley, we was fucking with it, right? Off the top. But in places like the Bay Area, that was the perfect place to bring black and brown together. And of course, the unity pushed on and pushed forth into the valley and also pushed down to the LA area where there's been known to be violence between black and brown. But at the same time, you know, people seeing what was going on in Northern California, people seeing what was going on with life and understood that minorities need to stick together, homes, to help one another. Because if we don't, there's nothing else for us. No one else will. People like Goldtoes are definitely pioneering that. We need that. The word unity stirs a lot of bullshit, stirs a lot of conflict. I've always pushed it since I started on YouTube, uniting the North, the South, everybody, man. And I've got a lot of hate. I've got a lot of people getting at me in the DMs. Fuck your unity and fuck you, homie, because you're pushing that. You're trying to poison the youth. You're going against the grain. They'd rather see their homeboys, their people, their gente incarcerated for life, pushing a hard line behind them walls, you know, struggling and fighting for the freedoms that they already have. That's what people would understand. Now, I understand the situation of people being incarcerated and trying to struggle for social status of equality and get the rights that they should, that the God-given rights that they should have. That's understandable. I was part of that movement, homes. I was part of that struggle, part of putting it down for my gente, part of establishing, hey, we need them bars, hey, we need that fucking weight pile. Part of all that because I understood that there was people that were lifers, people that was their chante, that was their pad forever, that were never getting out, that needed that. Okay, so it was up to us as soldados to establish that or to keep that going, what they already had established. Okay? But a lot of these liberties and the freedoms that they're fighting for is something that you start out with, something that you already have out here on the calles. The calles and prison are two totally different entities. They're two totally different things. Okay, things that happen in prison can affect the streets and vice versa. But at the same time, you need to understand that the whole get down in there, see, this is this is what people don't understand. The whole get down in there is all about survival. It's all about safety and security. It's all about being able to breathe, homie, and live. That's what our people are fighting for, black and brown, even the woods. Everybody's not, they're not fighting to look cool or to act a certain way. You know, the fights and the guerra that happens in there is based off of disrespect, based off of people trying to get what they got coming, not get any more than they got coming. And that's what it is. That's what it encompasses. That's the big old secret that no one tells you. It ain't about fucking trying to be that cool guy. They're already cool or they're not. It just is what it is, man. Now out here, you know, people got misconceptions. They think it's all about an image or looking cool or clout or trying to be that one. It ain't about that either. It's about taking care of your familia, providing for your gente and your people, and loving the skin that you have, homes. It's all about loving the gente around you, showing love and getting respect and love back. That's what it's about. People like Goldtoes have established that, and they continue that struggle. Now, the other day, Sambalto said that this whole Capone shit that he was instigating, that he was trying to put out there that, you know, basically defending SPM, saying that, you know, well, look at Mr. Capone, who talked shit basically about SPM. He was doing albums with them. He was on compilations with them. That is not what he was saying. What he was saying is before anyone opens their mouth or before anyone has something trifling or bad to say about another person, think about what you say before you're saying it, because people can perceive it a certain way. You know, people could look at you because you were on a compilation or an album with the same individual that you're high power woofing on, you know, and then judge you and fuck your career up. Because let me tell you, one little thing, one little discrepancy when you're in the industry, whether it's hip hop, whether it's music, whether it's fucking YouTube, social media, one little thing can fuck your whole program up. One little thing can make people's perception of you different. You know, I've went through it myself where a lot of people perceive me as a clown or as a joke or as a fabricator or as a bullshitter, just based off of fucking content that I put out there or things that I put out there. Now, I've made amends. You know, I sat back like a real one is supposed to do and apologize for certain situations when I stuck my fucking tooth, my toenail in my tooth when I shouldn't have said, and I put my foot in my mouth, and I understand that, I grasp that, I grip that, and the people that perceive me that way, hey, I can't hate on that. I just got to roll with the punches, right? The same thing happens in the industry, in the rap game. One flaw, one hiccup, one story about you could fuck your whole career up. This guy was not trying to stir a pot or any type of dissension tactic. This guy was merely pointing out the fact that, hey, before you fucking speak, Holmes, if you got shit in your closet, just don't say nothing. Now, this guy has always been an innovator for North and South correction, North and South coming together. And I'm talking musically, not gang related. He has nothing to do with gangs. I hate the people that say, oh, he's from Northern California, that he's a Norteño automatically. He's been working with Norteños, so that means he's an established Norteño gang member. Come on now. Stop judging a man or basing your idealisms or your perception off of what you think just because of a geographical area that they grew up in or that they were born into. This Vato is a music producer, okay, and distributor. This guy has been opening doors and providing stages for youngsters to rock on, whether it was North or South. See, a lot of people don't understand that was the whole reasoning by him in the first place ever hooking up with SPM pre-conviction, right? And that was to open up more doors, to make a Mexican presence be felt in hip hop. See, before that, prior to that, we had little local shit. Darkroom Familias, and of course we had, down south, High Power, that they continued their thing, and of course we had, Toker from Brownside was doing his thing, Conejo's been doing his thing, little pockets of presence of Mexicans. I know Tony A from Road and Radio is going to do he's supposed to be doing a Chicano, the history of Chicano rap. He's going to show you guys a little bit of everything that was going on from the beginning to the end, because he was involved. And that's a good thing. That's a great thing. Show people our historia, show people our culture, show people how we have also made noise. That's a lovely thing. But people like Goldtoes definitely have to be involved in it, because he continues that struggle. See, he never stopped. A lot of people fell off. A lot of people dropped out. A lot of people fell back. This guy has never done that. This guy has continued that good fight. He's going to continue to rock the way he rocks, and that's just the way it is. And for all the haters and the people that don't like it because he has willings and dealings with people from the North or people from the South, what do you want this man to do? This man is trying to provide for his family. This guy is trying to blow his business up. And this guy is also bringing us that dope music. A lot of people don't understand that a lot of music that they listen to, he's touched or he's been involved in. He's bringing you a lot of rappers. He's bringing a lot of black and brown unity. He's bringing people like Cash Money Lavish D, into the fold. Signing with GT Digital Distribution. He's bringing so many different people, Latina artists like Gabriela, so much different shit. And because this shit went down with Jenny 6ix9ine and Lady Pinks, and there was some type of flaw there was some type of whatever it was, if it even happened allegedly, I don't like to speak on the bullshit. I've already did my spill on it, and I'm going to shy away from that. People are mad because he had, lightweight worked with Jenny 6ix9ine. He would work with Lady Pinks, I'm sure, man. If the money was there, if the money was correct, if the time was correct, if, that push was there, it's respect for everyone. I remember, look, here's the thing that people don't understand was, rest in peace to Night Owl, right? Because I'm not trying to disrespect this man's name at all, man. We actually had a conversation the day before he passed. That's 100% fact and truth. The Vato Night Owl, there was a viral video years ago, man, where he got into it with the Vato Spanks. And we all know how that played out. Whoever watched it, if you haven't, then you haven't. But those that know. And him and Spanks had some words, and there was some slaps thrown and whatever, right? Do you understand and know that, that was Southern California business. That was Southern business that got put out there between two artists, two individuals from down south Southern California that definitely, man, bumped heads. It's whatever. It's man business, right? While back, I see that this Vato Spanks, he's kind of been out the game for a while. I don't know, I haven't caught up with him as far as what he's doing in the game. But I see he's having a child, or he was having a kid. And do you know that, Goldtoes actually sent him a whole bunch of, a crib and a bassinet and a whole bunch of clothes for his kid. That was the Southern California rapper, Holmes. And Goldtoes supposedly is a Northern California representative, allegedly, right, to people. But he was willing, and he did that because that man has relationships with people. That man is putting paint where it absolutely ain't. That man is opening up doors in correspondence with people. That's a true man. He's not basing his game and everything he's running off of geographical things. He's showing love, right? Whatever their relationship is, as far as camaradas or homeboys, man, that's a personal thing, I'm sure. But it was put out there for the public to see, and I seen it. And I definitely got to give that man flowers on doing that. What kind of individual, man? That's a real dude, man. You're having a child, he's going to send you a bassinet, a crib, all kinds of clothes. Look out for you, man, right off GP, just because he's because he has it like that and he wants to give. He's a very giving person. What kind of guy will go with, he has a strong affiliation with Burner, right? Burner, a music artist, one of the biggest artists in the world, billionaire, doing billionaire cookie shit. This man, Goldtoes, and his crew will go up in stores, local stores that are bootlegging cookies merchandise, that are bootlegging Bay Area stuff, bootlegging other artists and stuff, and tear that shit down, homes. Pull that shit off the shelves. Let them motherfuckers know, homes. Hey, stop robbing people for their money. Stop trying to bootleg and boogie people out of what they got coming, man. He's definitely a real one for that. And then take all that merchandise and not destroy it, not rip it up and throw it away, but go out into the Bay Area or to Houston and hand it out to the homeless people that have nothing. That's as real as it fucking comes and gets, man. I got a lot of respect, a lot of admiration for Goldtoes. I got a lot of respect and admiration for everyone trying to make a way in the industry for the gente, man. It's time for us to start paying attention to these pioneers. We give love to Zapata and to Pancho Villa and to people that revolutionize, and we give a lot of love to Cesar Chavez and Dolores Huerta and all these people who were pioneers for our movement, for our culture, for our gente. But what about people like Goldtoes, people like Kid Frost, people like Sir Dino, man, that definitely open up the doors musically for our gente to express art and our culture. It's real. With that being said, I hope that you move smooth with a purpose. Get everything that you want coming. And remember, at the end of the day, it's all about the strive, the struggle, the struggle, the strive. And we're going to continue to ride. I'm going to continue to put paint where it ain't. I'm going to continue to make noise. And I'm going to continue to speak how I feel, because I feel like people should get respect, man. Not shit talked about them because of their affiliation or their association with the vato that caught a bad case. So what if SPM caught that case? That's on him. He's a grown man. He's going to have to deal with it. I'm tired of people pointing the fingers in the direction of Toes like, hey, he has something to do. He still fucks with them. And yeah, hey, maybe he does. Maybe he does show love to that familia. I'm sure he got a lot of respect for that family. But as far as pushing a narrative or claiming that man's innocence, you ain't never heard that out that man's boca. And I hate to hear the bullshit. We'll see how it plays out, man. Like I said, SPM might have a year left. He might be getting out, and then the truth will be told. People are like, hey, he's gonna perform. Ain't this about like 60-some years old or something? He's fucking old, eh? I don't know how old about this, but he's gonna be out there, motherfucker, with Neil Diamond and Pat Benatar doing a fucking We Are the World concert, because that's some old shit. The Vato's going to be up there on IVs and fucking breathe up there. But third wish is to rock the world. With that being said, hey, move smooth, man. Thumbs up or thumbs down. Heavy is going to be the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive, struggle for what I truly believe in. Hey, and trip out on this. I wanted to mention this. Yesterday, somebody left a message, comment. Hey, Gunner, why do you only have black vatos on your screensavers? Why don't you ever show love to Mexicans? I don't ever. What? You don't see the fucking Los Tucanes, Los Originales. You don't see fucking Los Buque. You don't see fucking Banda Mancha. That thing. You don't see me putting Ramon Ayala. Stop it, man. Music is music, man. I'm not a racist, bro. I'm not gonna fucking, just because I push this Mexicano flavor, man, only have Mexican shit around me, bro. Hey, I got love for black and brown. Been doing that for a long time. I'm gonna continue to do it. Why am I expressing it and giving an explanation? I'm not. I'm just, come on, Wata. You done bumped your fucking mascara in your head, homes. Real talk. Bang, bang. No disrespect. The gun.